against the Lakers, 2 against Denver. Game 4 here against the Clippers. Can they get another one in advance to the finals? Alley-oop, Paul, right on target to Mikal Bridges. It gets them started offensively tonight. Jay Crowder hits a 3. In the first 4 minutes, has 7 of their 9 points. An answer, 3-pointer the other way. Now it's Jackson on it. Paul has to hoist up the 3-pointer, rattles it in. Chris Paul once again from downtown.
Chris Paul missed a couple mid-rangers to start, but now he's knocked in.
And giving him a burst of energy, especially on the offensive end.
No doubt about it. It's only the 7th game in the playoffs he's played as Chris Paul hits that mid-range jumper.
And it's the high pick-and-roll defense that gives Cousins a little problem, as we see Saric with another 3.
As we were talking about off of the pick and roll, Chris Paul forcing the help and the drop-off pass. They're getting whatever they want out of the high screen and roll with DeMarcus Cousins involved.
And they got a couple mid-range jumpers when the 3 wasn't working for him. Now in rhythm.
Chris Paul in much better rhythm here in Game 6.
And they're affected at times. It's just the way the society is.
No, but why would you go on there if you know it's 90% negative as Paul hits a mid-ranger?
Paul to Ayton in a crowd. Ayton lays it up and in. Nice soft touch from the big man. Bridges to Paul. Paul gets in the paint, floats it up, shot is good. Chris Paul able to knock it down. He's got 14 points. He hadn't been to the playoffs in 10 years. He has shined in this postseason. Paul tied up, gets Bridges. Bridges off the glass.
Such a good cutter.
Chris Paul left open. Has plenty of time. 3-pointer. That's good. Paul from downtown. Nobody was near him. Chris Paul one-on-one with Cousins. Shot clock at 7. Paul, little shake and bake, drives past him. Left-handed layup. It's good. Paul with 4 to shoot. Paul puts up a 3. Puts it in. Chris Paul from downtown. And the lead back to 15. Cousins misses the free throw. That foul on Ayton was his 2nd. 14-point lead. Minute gone by here in the 4th. Paul to the basket. Lays it up and in. Paul gets inside. Looks back. Nobody near him. Hits the jumper. 26 for Paul. And the lead up to 18.
And then snakes behind the backboard. Batum and Cousins have a miscommunication, and he gets the practice shot. The Suns are rolling, up 20.
26 points, 6 assists for Chris Paul. There's the screen set by Ayton. Paul, pull-up jumper, puts it in. Chris Paul does it again.
Chris Paul responded. Here, gets right to his spot, little fade, mid-ranger.
Paul step back 3-pointer, puts it in, and the foul. Chance for a 4-point play.
Upset at what happened on the last play. Paul George took him down one-on-one, returns the favor. CP3 and the foul. Big time effort by Chris Paul, sensing the ability, the opportunity.
8 assists, 3 rebounds, couple of steals, and a 21-point lead for his Suns. Paul gets inside, flips it up, and in. Chris Paul dominating right now. 8 to shoot for Chris Paul.
Devin Booker's at half court talking to the fans.
Paul for 3, puts it in. 118-92, the Suns have blown it open.
We've seen this movie before. We have an issue on the court right now between both teams, but Chris Paul.
Beverly and Chris Paul.
That's never happened before, a team making the finals after missing the playoffs for 10 years or more. Paul putting on the finishing touches. What a performance from Chris Paul. And then they added Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, and this has been a dream season for the Phoenix Suns. And it's not over yet. Both coaches emptying the benches. So much emotion for Chris Paul. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday. And now he's going to be able to.
Now gets the switch. Takes it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Pulls the nutmeg on him.
Chris, don't do that. That's not right. That's not. After you do
And look, he's setting it up the whole time.
Look.
Just get him to turn.
Oh, gee, look at the young fella. He said, oh my. No, he didn't.
And another one of their first round.
Jordan Poole, he is a real weapon now. There's Paul, flurry of moves, little spin, and he knocks down the jump shot. Chris Paul.
Just so lethal when he gets his foot in the paint. Paul, nice little drop off, finds Bridges, corner, high arching three, cash it in.
You got an example of what he can do.
Yeah, things just never materialized in Chicago. Paul working Allen on the crossover, the pull up.
Chris need to.
That's where you really see the absence of Jokic. Second in the NBA in rebounding. Ayton powers it in over Monty Morris. Set up beautifully by CP.
High above his head and then using that slip screen right there. And defensively, they just cannot defend that. And Chris Paul with a nice little hook pass inside.
For the Lakers on that possession. Here's Paul, switched on Davis. Ayton has Bradley underneath. Paul knows it and sticks it.
So, okay, he's had turns with
CP3 steal. You know, his handles are such, and he's got such a touch on that jump shot. Even with a guy much taller than him, he kept his focus.
Now Paul gets a switch with McDermott.
This is sealing right here.
On the pull up. Yes! And one. The point guard delivers.
He's one of the best clutch players that this league has seen in a while. And he's doing it, K-Ray, from an area where they say, don't do it. I don't want to hear it. He's barely.
Paul, work it on Walker. He fires the three. Loads it up from long range.
Personal Suns ball. Chris Gordon's return for San Antonio.
Yeah, Chris just dancing with Lonnie Walker.
Porzingis. Knocked from behind by Bridges. The Warden.
Those long arms, man. He stuck him up there. That 7'4" frame. Porzingis.
Chris Paul in the drive. Drops it off to DA. Time to eat.
Right through his uniform. Wow.
Suns lead trying to add on here. At age 35, Chris Paul, now he's taken over, and he scores in back-to-back possessions. Timeout, Willie Green.
Well, now Chris Paul, the point guard for a reason. They were blitzing him. He's making all the passes. Now you...
Booker on the other end, gives it up. Paul. Boy, so shifty, and he hits another one.
So crafty with both hands on the block. Nice pass by Paul. Little room service for Bridges. And into the front court at CP3. Inside Ayton on the short roll. Got it.
And DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. We're going to be saying those two names all year long. The little floater from the big fella. That beautiful touch that they love to see so much.
Howard had it taken away by Crowder. Here comes Paul. Paul racing in, leaves it for Crowder, who lays it home. With some block charge calls not going his way.
I like that non-call. I mean, did he lean a little bit? Yeah, he did. Oh, maybe on that look.
You going back to the bench?
I'm actually saying I don't.
3 boards to go with 8 assists and 11 points for Chris Paul. Paul the lob, and Ayton throws it down.
Chris Paul right now is just in complete command of this basketball game. He and Ayton, aside from Capella and Trae Young, the second most productive.
Colin 5 of 9 from downtown. Bridges gets loose, swings it around to Chris Paul. Again, Paul still looking for the first points, and right on cue. Back over to Crowder. He's got the rookie Mobley on it.
I like Mikal being aggressive on Rubio. He had the side corner. That's a great pass there.
Beautiful little pin down by DA. Sets up the passing pocket for Chris Paul.
His work. The Suns have come out with some aggression, especially on the offensive end. Sometimes you lose aggression on the offensive end. Suns executing and finding open teammates.
Really kind of beginning the turnaround here for the Suns. You tip your cap to him, and DA inside with the finger roll and the foul.
Many different guys out there, but just right there, seeing that his man is not really attacked.
Chris Paul with 9 assists tonight. And he finds Kaminsky and a foul and counted. What a feed, what a finish.
Again, they try to trap Chris Paul. Great pass. Might have even gotten fouled on the pass, but gets it to Kaminsky. And as you said earlier, Brian, Kaminsky's had a huge impact on this game.
And a lot of times dissension happens at the end of the bench. Coach maybe wants to play him a little bit more. Great pass. And great move from Frank Kaminsky. Always aware of where everyone is. And
62-51. Lillard trying to shake the sweltering defense of Bridges. Unable to do so. Forces the air ball. McGee runs the floor. He'll get the and one.
Head start on a guy, you'll beat him to the rim. I don't care how fast he is. If you get a head start on him, you'll beat him to the rim.
Well, his career high is 43. He scored at Wisconsin. Deep three on the way. CP3.
Suns remember what Portland did to him. Bench last time, and Larry Nance, you can't guard that guy with your hands down.
Paul in the dribble drive, takes the elbow pull up. He'll get the and one. Paul working on the
don't make the
rookie.
Make him dance.
Oh, yes.
Come on. No, you can't do that, Chris.
It's the last 5 games, so good to see DA helping close out this road trip. No look inside and right to the rim.
Again, Chris Paul in flow. Karl Anthony Towns out there hedging, trying to stop him.
Trying to spur on his team to make a massive comeback. Off the glass it in, chance at a three-point play for CP3.
Off there, and watch how Chris Paul just stops. And then Green can't do anything. If he comes over, then you know, because of Chris Paul's ability to keep the ball on the floor, he can also throw that lob into McGee.
9-point game. Paul with the drive, takes the baseline pull-up.
Because of that guy with the Ghost Rider haircut over there.
You know you have got the attention of some of the greats when Steve Nash remarks about your play. Shot clock at 5. Deep three on the way from Chris Paul. Splashdown.
I don't know. You don't know what that is. I really don't either. I just know the name.
Down to 7 on the shot clock. Paul with Allen in his face. Hits the 3. Looking for 4.
Demeanor during the course of a game, right? And then when he gets excited about something, then you can see the personality come out.